How do you feel? Have you had time to reflect yet? I stood across from my husband, the man who once threw me out of my own home, the man who chose to believe the poisonous lies of his stepchild over the vows he made to me. His eyes carried that familiar superiority, a smug air that told me he thought he still had the upper hand. I couldn't help myself. I laughed. Reflect? No, I said, my voice steady as I reached into my bag. I pulled out a neatly bound stack of papers and slid them across the table. Now, sign here. Daneil, the man I had once trusted with my heart, lifted his chin, pretending not to be rattled. He scrawled his name across the divorce papers page after page until his pen froze at the attachments. His face stiffened, his hand trembled. I saw panic seep into his arrogance, and beside him, his grown son Alex, his partner in deception, began to crumble. The lies they had built brick by brick were collapsing under the weight of the truth I had brought. My name is Clara. I am 52 years old, an ordinary office worker who thought she had found a second chance at happiness. A year ago, I married Daneil and moved into the house he shared with his adult son, Alex. I never adopted Alex. He was nothing more than a stranger to me, and truthfully, he made sure to remind me of that fact every single day. From the very beginning, Alex was territorial, defiant. "This is my mother's house," he told me. "She may be gone, but I'm not leaving." I pitied him at first. His mother had died the same year I lost my first husband. I understood grief, but sympathy only went so far. His bitterness didn't just hang in the air. It seeped into every meal, every conversation, every silence. One evening, he pushed his plate away. "My mom was a better cook, but I guess I'll eat this." The contempt wasn't subtle. It was a knife. I asked Daneil for help. "Your son clearly hates my cooking. What should I do?" Daneil didn't even look up. "Then don't cook for him. He doesn't have to eat it." So I stopped. But when Alex came home to no dinner, he erupted. "You married my dad. That means it's your job to cook for me too." There was no winning. No matter what I did, Alex spat venom, and Daneil stood by. Silent, indifferent, enabling. Daneil had promised me that Alex would move out, but months turned into a year, and Alex was still glued to the house. "He just can't afford it," Daneil muttered. I knew better. Alex had inherited a fortune from his late mother, then squandered it all on luxury toys and reckless spending. His bedroom trash bins overflowed with unopened debt collection letters. He wasn't poor, he was irresponsible, and I was left to pick up the pieces of a family that wasn't even mine. Then came a rare moment of light. My daughter Sophie called. "Mom, I got engaged." Hearing the joy in her voice filled me with warmth I hadn't felt in months. "Congratulations, sweetheart. Your father in heaven is smiling down on you." Her words hesitated next. "But do I have to introduce him to Daneil? He's not really my family." I couldn't blame her. Unlike Alex, she never called Daneil Dad. He had done nothing to earn it. When I told Daneil, he barely reacted. His indifference stung, but it wasn't surprising. Alex, on the other hand, sneered. "Why don't you just divorce Dad and live with your daughter? You hate being here anyway." I shot back. "Why don't you get married and give your father some peace?" He scowled and stormed off. For a moment, I almost laughed at the thought of him marrying. Imagine another woman forced to endure his entitlement under this roof. The day I met Sophie's fiancé, I finally felt a glimmer of hope. He was everything Alex wasn't: mature, responsible, kind. Around the same age as Alex, but he carried himself like a real man. He looked me in the eye and said, "If things don't work out here, you'll always have a home with us." His words gave me strength. Meanwhile, Daneil's disappearances grew frequent. Every weekend, he was gone. "Helping a friend with her sick mother," he said. Too fast, too defensive. When I pressed him, panic flashed in his eyes. "And Alex?" He reveled in it. "Dad probably regrets marrying an old lady like you. Maybe he wishes he had someone younger." Those words pierced deeper than I wanted to admit, until Sophie called again. Mom, I need to see you. It's about Daniel. Her fiancé, Ryan, showed me a photo. Daniel, hand in hand with a young woman in a wedding venue, planning a new life while still married to me. The world tilted under my feet. Ryan's jaw tightened. You need to divorce him immediately. This woman is suspicious. She's using him. I nodded. My decision was made. The very next week, Alex tried to frame me. He shoved a blurry photo of me with Ryan in Daniel's face, caught red-handed with a younger man. Daniel glared at me. Leave. We'll deal with divorce later. I almost laughed again. His arrogance was astounding. All right, I said, and I walked out. 3 weeks later, we met again, this time with lawyers, Sophie and Ryan by my side. Daniel tried to posture. You'll still pay me alimony. I handed him the investigator's report. His mistress exposed in full color, his lies printed in ink, his face drained of blood. Alex's mouth hung open. I can't pay, Daniel stammered. I already borrowed money for her. For our wedding, she took everything. Alex erupted. You spent Mom's inheritance? What about me? Gone, Daniel whispered. Alex's eyes darted wildly. Dad, lend me something. Anything. Daniel shook his head. I'm broke. For the first time, father and son were stripped bare of their arrogance, two hollow men, begging for scraps. Ask your new stepmother, I said coldly. You'll have a young housekeeper soon enough. And with that, I walked out. For good. I moved in with Sophie and Ryan. Their home was warm, if a little cramped, but filled with love and peace. Something my marriage had starved me of. Soon after, Sophie shared even more joyful news. She was pregnant. For the first time in years, I allowed myself to breathe freely, to smile without guilt, to imagine a future not weighed down by lies, entitlement, and betrayal. Daniel lost everything, his money, his mistress, his pride. Alex lost the only housekeeper he ever had. But me? I gained my freedom back, and no amount of betrayal could ever take that from me again.